And now we would like to thank, honor, and welcome our governor, Governor Dannel Malloy, who has come to be with us this evening. And we would like to hear a few words from him, but first we would like to present to him a gift which will be presented by two of our very significant leaders in Connecticut, Dr. and Mrs. Ali Antar. Please come up and give our gift to the governor. Okay, you want to know what the gift is? 3 guesses. It's a Quran. And we know that he will enjoy and remember this evening. So now I would like to ask the governor to say a few words to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just for the record, there is a Quran in my office already. So, in fact, it's a Quran that was given to me by the Muslim community in Stamford on the occasion of the breaking of ground for a center. And so I treasure the Quran, that particular Quran, because it was a significant milestone in the city of Stamford moving forward to the development of that center, because Stamford had not had a permanent home for such a center. Hotels, the Ancient Order of Hibernians, and other buildings were used. It is a great honor to be with you for a portion of this evening. I, too, want to remember those veterans who have served our nation, as I did earlier today at the laying of wreath at one of our veterans' cemeteries earlier today. And obviously, you cannot be at any event on the 11th day of the 11th hour of the 11th month without recognizing the veterans who have served America over the entirety of our history. I'll touch on that history for a moment, if I might. We have over 1.1 million veterans, or have developed that many veterans over the existence of our nation. Going all the way back to the Revolutionary War, Connecticut has been a leader in arguing the case of freedom. None other than George Washington referred to Connecticut as the provision state, the state without which the war could not have been won. We frequently think of Massachusetts and Virginia as the states where that contributed the greatest to the effort. But Washington said that Connecticut was the state without which the war could not have been won, and pointed out that at any time during the Revolutionary War, upwards of 30% of all soldiers serving militarily were actually from Connecticut. I say that and point it out because the theme of your event tonight, as you have chosen in the past themes for each of the previous 5 dinners, is about safety. And in safety, what we're really addressing is the protection of our freedoms, not just physical, but all of them. That's what the Revolutionary War in the United States was about, and that's what the theme of this dinner is about. How do we come together and understand one another to the greatest possible extent? And this has been a big battle and a high, most difficult measure for the Muslim community to be truly understood and appreciated for what it is. In fact, peace-loving, hard-working, well-educated individuals who care about community because they are required to do so by their religion. If more people understood that, as opposed to the stereotypes that you are battling against, then indeed you, and for that matter I, would be safer. That's what you've decided to dedicate yourselves to. And that has been part of the message of this organization throughout the period of time in which I've had the privilege to share ideas and discussions. And before that, the privilege of doing so in my own community with my Muslim community in Stamford. Now, there are great misunderstandings. Some of those perpetrated not just by Christians or Jews or non-believers, but even by members or people who claim to be members of this great religion, Islam. So we have a two-front issue here. How do we speak in the plainest of languages about who we are and what we are as Americans? And how do we have all others understand that there is no conflict between being a great American and being a religious person of any religion that supports community and liberty and freedom, and also the freedom of religion. So when I realized that I could come and be with you tonight, because last year I was away, I gave some great thought to the issues that you confront. And your willingness to spend time and energy, not only in the charitable events that were talked about with the slides, but in overcoming this prejudice, not simply for your own good, but for the good of the nation. Not simply because how it affects you, but rather your children and grandchildren. And really how, in reaching a higher level of understanding, we will be doing exactly what we are told to do by our Constitution, to evolve and develop, to allow others to evolve and develop as well, as long as we mutually respect one another. There's no doubt that mutual respect has been demonstrated by this organization time and time and time again. And there's no doubt that this organization has failed, in many cases, to have that same level of respect paid to it. That's why I'm happy to be here with the Speaker and members of the judiciary. That's why I'm happy to be here with all of you. Final thought. Final thought is this, that in America, we have had many challenges which have taken us long periods of time to overcome. But we do overcome. We do make progress. We do, in fact, do the hard work of perfecting this democracy. There may be bad days yet ahead. Certainly, I hope none as bad as those that we experienced 11 years ago following the terrible acts of terrorism playing out in our nation. But there will be slights, and there will be misunderstandings, and there will be a lack of cooperation in certain governmental and other institutions. But let there be no doubt that America and Americans will, in fact, make progress on this issue. We simply will understand each other and embrace one another to a higher extent, given time and hard work and education and appreciation for our fellow man and woman. And nothing does that better than the process of education in our public schools, in our institutions of higher learning, and yes, in our community, governmental and otherwise. So on this day, I'd like to read the official statement. On behalf of the state of Connecticut, I, Dannel P. Malloy, Governor, take great pleasure in congratulating and recognizing the Muslim Coalition of Connecticut as you celebrate the 6th annual banquet, Working Together for Safer Communities. I applaud the Muslim Coalition of Connecticut for its leadership in the community through outreach and advocacy. This recognition celebrates for your many efforts in building bridges with law enforcement and state and local leaders throughout Connecticut. Thank you for your dedication and for improving the lives of so many. I therefore, Dannel P. Malloy, Governor of the state of Connecticut, do hereby officially convey honor and recognition upon the Muslim Coalition of Connecticut in the state of Connecticut. Thank you and congratulations. Thank you. And might I add that to all of the honorees who will be honored later this evening, thank you for the work that you've done. I've had the opportunity, I know some of you, I've had the opportunity to review the work that you've performed and the dedication that you have to this cause. So to all the honorees, congratulations this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor Malloy, not only for your presence, which means so much to us, just his very being here means so much to us, but thank you for your words of care and concern, and most of all, of understanding. And thank you for the proclamation and the support that we are feeling right now. It really means so much to the Muslims of Connecticut.